From Wichita Falls to Paris, from Atoka, Oklahoma to the Dallas area, Texoma has a thriving music scene. Revolving around country rock and blues, the singer-songwriters of the Texoma area reach into the outlying geographic enclaves here and there around the country. It's a scene of music that is defined more by geography than it is a sound and encompasses all the facets of the music scene on either side of the border. Denison, Texas is the hub of this music region, and it's music-friendly in so many ways. Long-standing tradition and musical family spanning generations are the hallmark of this area. Denison is also one of the first 20 cities in the state of Texas to be designated a music-friendly city by the state. My name is Ann House, and I'm a singer here in the Texoma area. We're live casting from beautiful downtown Denison at the Podcast on Main studio. This is Open Mic with Ann House. All right. He yells every time. Welcome to Open Mic with Ann House. My name is Ann House, and I'm a vocalist here in the Denison, Texas, Texoma area. We are at the corner of Main Street and Burnett here in beautiful downtown Denison. We're across the street from Heritage Park and catty corner to the 34 Chop House. Denison has the... Okay, well, let's start that again. Denison is a music-friendly city. Now, that does not necessarily translate unless you know that the state of Texas has a music-friendly office, meaning that the city of Denison had to go through quite a lot of hoops in order to get that designation. And in fact, we were one of the first 20 cities in the state of Texas to do that. That simply means that the music here is very important, that the city helps to facilitate everything. We have Music on Main going on this week, or this month and next month.
There's cities that don't have that.
There really are.
That's a nice thing.
We are one of the only places I know of, there's a few, where you can get live music 7 days a week. Right? You can get it from an open mic. You can get it from live musicians coming in. We've got like Music on Main. As a matter of fact, if you walk down the main street here, you will find musical toys or musical icons, statuary, whatever, that you can play, that you can, take pictures with. It's really a very interesting thing. And I think the most interesting thing that I most recently saw was the dumpsters. They started putting it used a musical motif on a lot of the city dumpsters that are painted because the city beautification project is ongoing.
I love the way they have the music alley.
That's where music alley, right?
Most musicians have to go in the back door. We don't even get to come in the front door.
That is true. That is very true.
I love we have our own alley.
I know, right? Tonight we have Town Walsh joining us.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. So Town was supposed to come in earlier this season. However, we had to make some changes, and he's here tonight with us. So we're going to talk local music. We're going to talk about the songwriting process. We're going to talk about competitions and how they impact the songwriting process. And we're just going to listen to some good music too, right?
That's right. That's right.
You got something you want to play?
You ready?
I'm ready. We love good music here.
Does it matter which one I start with?
It does not. It does not. Although, if you have one that's dropping soon, we're going to want to hear that one.
I'll do that one. We'll do that one next. How about, I'll start with, am I good on the level? This is actually a song I wrote. It's on my last album.
What's the
my
name
most
of
recent
the album?
This is called Good Is Gone.
Is that the album name?
Yeah,
okay.
The album's called Good Is Gone, and that was my second solo album, although it's a collaborative effort with my lead guitar player, Johnny Wilson, who's not here tonight, but he's played on both of my solo albums.
Right.
I've had bands before where it's more a collaborative effort. Now, my two I've done in the last 10, 15 years. Those, I call them my solo albums, but I've had a lot of friends come in and help me with those.
I do know that feeling.
And I wrote this song. I was doing a competition down at Love and War in Plano with Brett Dillon and Dido and all them, and they gave you 1 week to write a song.
Oh, wow.
And they gave you the title.
What was the title?
The title they gave us was Rainbows, Lies, and Whiskey.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay. I can do that. So I wrote a song, and it's on my album, and Brett plays it on KTYI. This song.
Hey.
It's called Rainbows, Lies, and Whiskey.
All right.
It's a song about regret. And,
yeah, I can see where that would be true.
I've got that's the first thing that came to my mind, and I've got other songs about regret and things that could have gone better.
Right.
We've all been there.
Don't we all have that feeling sometimes?
Yes, ma'am. Same guitar in a different scene, different girl in the same blue jeans. Another night of holding you in my dreams. Dreams never last too long, and I wake up singing your favorite song. I took for granted all along that you were with me. I wish you were with me. I promised you everything. Same line in a different dream, same mind in your memory. Another day further away from me. Blues guitar and a line of cocaine, 12 bars and an old refrain. I never noticed the pain when you were with me. I wish you were with me, pushed you away from me. Down, slowly coming apart at the seams. Same guitar in a different sea, different girl in the same blue jeans. Another night of holding you in my dreams. But dreams never last too long, and I wake up singing your favorite song. And I took for granted all along that you were with me. I wish you were with me. I promised you everything. Only gave you rainbows, lies, and whiskey. Pushed you away from me. I couldn't see through the rainbows, all the lies and the whiskey. All the whiskey.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
I like that. That was really good. It's really interesting how you can make that work. You have a title that you're given, and you can pull something together to make that work.
And it all depends on what kind of groove you're in at the time. I go through periods where I don't write anything. I'm like,
Really?
gosh, I wish I could write something. I'll come up with this and that, but nothing that really flows all the way through.
Yeah.
And that one actually was a part of something I already had that had no home.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
like-
right. I do understand that. Yeah.
It's like-
I know that. No, look, I am not a songwriter.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
understand that.
I thought you were.
I do. I've got a few songs that I'm currently working on, but it's a very slow go because A, I don't play an instrument, and B, It's just not the way my brain works. But I do have a notepad that's full of little, look, I want to use this. This sounds, I like this. Let's try this. If I don't store that, I won't ever remember I did that.
You have to write it down. Yeah. Or I'll speak it into a microphone, like on my phone or something.
Yeah, I do that too.
Lyrics come to me. Guitar is different. Guitar, I'll hear something, and I try to put them together. Sometimes it will start with just a title.
Right.
And I do an exercise, and I write down, some people I've worked with, we had workshops. They said, tell a story with 3 words.
Okay.
This is like good is gone.
Yeah.
You kind of get where that's going.
Yeah. Okay, I do.
Love out loud. Like a lot of my song titles will be 3 words, and some of them you have to add a different word. But the guitar comes in later. Sometimes you just, because I play, I'll fiddle around. I'll just have a riff in mind, or I'll just something. I'll be playing a song, and it's difficult sometimes. You'll sit down and just start strumming these chords. Right. Chord progression, like, no, that's Bob Dylan. That's not going to work. It's already been done.
So one of the interesting things is a friend of mine sent me this. Actually, he sent it to me a couple of times throughout the years. It's a video. There are 4 guys who tell you that with a single chord progression, you can probably make up to 100 of the most famous pop songs in the world.
It's all been done, right?
And it's all been done, right? The only thing that's different is the melody line, because obviously it has to be, but those chord progressions are the same if you just listen to it the right way, right? And that's something that was kind of weird to me, because as a vocalist, my concentration is on that melody line more than anything, more than taking different chords and combining them to make something, what is it? Bringing something dead to life is the way it's been described to me, right?
Right.
But then again,
that's not unusual, because when I'm doing my exercise, it mostly falls into a chorus.
So you have
you have to build this verse around that and everything else.
Yeah.
And then you have to bring the guitar in. It's like, oh, nope, that's too familiar.
See, that's the thing too. I get choruses.
Yeah, choruses. And now you have to build around that. But it's good to have
something.
Because people want to know what is the hook.
Right.
And the whole thing about, to me, I've known that every song I've loved forever is the anticipation. How do they build up to that? You know it's coming. Even if you know the song, it's your favorite song. What builds that anticipation toward it? It's like they're holding back. You're like, come on, hit me with it. That's what keeps you listening.
Okay.
It's not the hook is important. It could be a guitar riff. It could be a line, a lyrical line, but the anticipation is what gets people. And they're like, I love this song. And for me, that's true. I think it's true for a lot of people.
It is. I'm convinced of that. Now, you mentioned an exercise. You have an exercise that you do when you're ready to write songs, or is it something you do on a daily basis? Or
it's something. Excuse me. It's something that gets me going. If I'm just not coming up with ideas, it's a 3-word exercise. Try to write a story with 3 words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And,
that's actually a really cool. I like that. I'm going to hijack that idea.
Do it. I encourage anybody, try to write a story with 3 words. I've got a bunch of songs. They're just 3 words long. Some are like 4.
Right.
That's kind of cheating, but not. Some of them are less. I know people that love to write or title a song with just 1 word. And that's kind of, cryptic. I like that, and I do that too.
Yeah.
I don't do it with all my songs, but there's some songs.
That's hard. That's hard to do.
It's if you have the right song, you can say, okay, this song is called Pictures. This song is called Drifter, whatever.
Right.
But it has to be the right song.
So,
but the exercise is to get you going. I mean, how do you get from start to finish if you don't even have a good riff or you don't even have a good chorus? Write a story with 3 words.
Write a story with 3 words.
Good is gone. It can be 2 words, like picture perfect. It can be just
the one that
something catchy. I'm trying to think of something catchy.
Yeah.
And just like could be the title of your song.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you can use it for something else.
Yeah. I was driving, and I've mentioned this one before, but I was driving to Nashville to visit my mom before she passed. And there's this one stretch of road outside on the west side of Nashville that's about an hour and 15 minutes long. That's nothing but trees.
Mm-hmm. I've been out there.
I forget what the highway number is, but
I can't remember either. Go ahead.
But I was thinking about my mom, right? Mm-hmm. And what Mama always said was the 4 words. What Mama always said was what caught me on that one. So I'm still working on not the lyrics. That I finally finished. Oh my God, I finally finished that part.
There you go. You know, it'll touch people.
Yeah, well, it's
a catchy title. It'll touch everybody's got a mama.
I'm sure it will. Everybody's got their mama and all that, right? But for me it was that was the second trip I had made this year.
Okay, right? This year.
Yeah, my mother passed away a couple months ago.
I'm
and I went early in January to visit, and then again in April. And she passed away that same month, and then I went to pick my sister up in May.
Okay.
So that was the third. Yeah, there was 3 trips to Nashville, and there was something about that stretch of road that was really, I don't know. It's an interesting stretch, I mean, especially coming from Texas, right? Mm-hmm. Because we don't have that. All our trees do this; they don't go straight up and down, which is what happens up there. You know,
we got my female. I got Australian Shepherds, and my female. We drove all the way to Cookeville, Tennessee. Wow,
that's a trip to go get a dog.
Yes, female. That's the one my wife wanted. I had my male already, and we got a place in Memphis.
Right.
Not far from Graceland, and but that was like it was 8 hours from Salina to Memphis, and then Memphis to Cookeville. Yeah. 8 hours, and we got past Nashville. We drove all the way out there and all the way back in one day.
There's just no way.
I know what I know what you. It's a 2-lane highway.
Yeah. Yes.
A lot of trees.
That's the one.
And all the big trucks are in the left lane.
Yes, that's the one.
We don't do that in Texas.
No.
They try to.
No. Most of our highways are much bigger. Right.
A lot of the trucks try to get in that left lane. We encourage them. No. No,
Texas is a special state of mind, isn't it?
That's for passing. Has nothing to do with the speed limit. Speed limit is for people over in the right lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get around you. So, yeah.
So you've done a lot of competitions, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So how does being in a competition like the one that we had here, the North Texas Songwriter one, how does that impact your songwriting process?
I think it's fantastic.
Okay.
I almost didn't join this one. I love Ash and kickbacks and all that. And I will tell you this, I met a lot of good friends.
Right.
Networking, doing the Rusty Rear contest down in Plano at Love and War. And there's people I wouldn't have met otherwise.
Yeah.
And it really drove me. It pushes you. I know it's all apples and oranges. I don't really put too much into who wins it and who loses it. But it does interest me, how people... How the scoring goes. I always want to know how are you scoring these artists. You know, how does that work? Because,
my gosh!
Have you ever failed a test and wondered what answers you got wrong?
I work in technology.
Yeah,
and when you do that, there's always quality control.
Yep,
right?
And you wonder, okay, what did I do wrong?
What is...
Can you tell me?
There's something called level set. And I always wonder, in any contest that I ever run across, whether I'm in it or I'm just watching it, how did they level set that so that everybody's scoring the same way? I was curious.
It's subjective.
It's
Music
gotta
is
be.
It is so subjective. And it's like I never get angry. My wife is like, "You're not doing this again, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna jump in." She's like,
yeah,
and she's very competitive.
Oh, is she? Okay.
And I'm with my music, I'm not.
Right.
With my music, I'm like, okay, I know I'm badass, so
Yeah.
Can I say badass?
You can say badass.
All right. Sorry, Dennis. But yes,
you can say badass all you want.
And there's other people, there's always somebody better.
Yeah.
And it's all subjective.
You think?
I can say, well, hey, they weren't that much better. But I like the female vocals are so much more interesting to me.
Okay.
Like listening to them and the different ways they sing, because there was not a time not long ago where they all tried to sound the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
It's fair.
They all had that kind of Whitney Houston thing going and the hand wave, and I'm like, okay, I want to hear your voice.
Right.
And I told any guys or any girls that asked me, like I know, I've just been doing it a long time.
How long have you been performing?
Oh my gosh, since the late 80s, early 90s.
Wow. Okay, yes, you have.
Right out of high school, I was down in Deep Ellum, Fry Street. And, oh yeah.
Wow, that's a long time.
I'm an oldie but a good.
So you have a lot of really good information to give. So.
And if they ask me, I'm like, find your voice. Okay. I hear people trying to sound like somebody else.
Right.
I did that. And when I was young.
Yeah.
I did that, and not naming any names, I've talked to really young artists that are getting older now, and they found their voice. It sounds so much better to me. And I know it sounds better. It's working better for them because they stand up. Do I have a voice?
How do you find a voice, though? I mean, especially...
Go with what influences you.
Right?
Excuse me. Go with what influences you and work on that. And as you grow...
Right.
Like, I wanted to be Paul Rogers. You know, late 80s, early 90s. Nobody's Paul Rogers. Nobody's Paul Rogers. But it was a soulful sound.
Right.
And I always loved country, and I was playing in rock bands. And I played in heavy bands.
Yeah.
And they were like, they'd laugh at me if I pulled up. Listen to Willie Nelson, you know. Or reggae music, you know, I'm pulling up like, dude, I'm so happy right now. I'm listening to reggae. Don't ruin it. It's the most happy music you've ever heard. Don't ruin it for me. I've got to growl all night and scream, you know.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I'd drive home nights after that and just listen to nothing. I just wanted the wind. I'd roll the windows down, just the wind in my ears. And back when I had a full head of hair, it would just blow my hair around, like no music. No music. It just let everything blow out.
Yeah, that's that road to Nashville.
Yeah.
Let it
blow out.
The most recent time that I wrote something when I was going down that road, I was driving, and everybody else was asleep. It was quiet. All I was hearing was the other vehicles.
It's nice, but it's dangerous.
Yeah, I know, but still, all I heard was other vehicles as they went past or as I went past them, and that was it. And that was a really interesting drive. That particular one. Yeah, introspective. That's a good word. It's a good word.
Just like I say, just like I drive home, and I'm the social butterfly in my relationship. My wife is not. Yeah. Very. If you met her, she's a wonderful woman. She loves everybody.
Right.
But she's not very social. But there's times I like to be alone. I've got a shop next to my house. I'll sit out there, and that's how I write most of my songs. I don't write songs being around a bunch of people.
Right.
I've been to Nashville. They put you. I call it the puppy mill. They'll put you in a.
Nice.
In a
what a wonderful
hotel
way to
room.
Describe it.
A hotel room with other people, and then they're like, y'all just kind of talk about topics and
do your thing.
And they come and it's like, that's terrible, and like leave in the morning, you know. It's like I don't like Nashville. I don't like the process. Puppy mills are good for puppies, and for people who want puppies have a puppy mill. But the songwriting that comes out of there is very suspect to me. Very suspect. I'm picky about songwriting. I always have been. But Nashville has changed. It has changed. I love the old Memphis sound. I love the old Motown sound. It just flows seamlessly. Thank you. It flows seamlessly. What's coming out of Nashville now doesn't flow to me. It doesn't flow at all. I think it's targeted. I think
you're right. I would agree with that.
I think it's very targeted, and they're looking at one specific audience, and if you don't like it, they don't care. And that's why radio is going to hell, because there's not one format that fits everybody, and there used to be a format on every radio station, and you knew which one was yours.
Yes, I remember that.
You knew which radio station was yours. You knew, okay, I'll slide by here, and like, nope, I don't like that one.
This is the... Oh, okay. This is the format that I want.
Okay.
So, Heritage Park. Oh, gosh. Am I going to... Okay. Heritage Park, there's a cornhole tournament on July 13th. Oh, wow. Saturday, July 13th. A $50 entry fee with a grand prize of $500.
$500, folks.
I'm telling you. Register early at downtowndennisonincorporated.com. And there's a QR code on this. So I don't know if you can see the QR code or not.
Show them the QR code.
Can you zoom in on the QR code so somebody can use it?
You scan that and you're in.
You
$500.
Yeah, I know. It's like, really?
If you get the sack in the hole.
Here's the best part. Okay. Each team will receive a $20 credit to enjoy a wide variety of dining, drinking, and shopping options in downtown Denison.
Nice.
Downtown Denison is they're doing their dead level best to make sure that we've got, all sorts of cool stuff to do. So I don't doubt in the least that there's going to be some sort of music going on.
I like it. I live in Sherman, but lucky for me, Sherman's really close to Denison.
It is very close to Denison.
Lucky for me. I'm right there on the border. I'm right there, right by the hospital. And if anybody needs me, you'll come by. I got cold water and warm wine. Come on, yeah.
Warm wine. I never could develop a taste for that.
It goes good if you're eating. Cold wine.
Depending on what you're eating, yes.
Yeah, cold wine is good too.
Cold wine's good for hot foods.
I prefer it cold, but especially this time of year.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How am I doing?
How you doing? I'm gonna ask you a question.
That's hard to say. It's been a rough year.
Yeah.
Last year has been kind of rough.
I understand.
Personally. Right, which automatically impacts everything that I do and everything I want to do and all that good jazz.
We need you. What you're doing here is great. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
But I want to check in on y'all and see.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough for the last few months.
I understand.
Yeah, this year. I mean, since, over the last 2 years, we lost my mother, my father, and my husband's mother.
Yeah.
And that can't help but impact what you do and how you do things.
I look at my Facebook, I see my friends going through it. It's like, wow, it seems like a lot of that. That's why I asked, because it's just like my guitar player's going through health issues.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My drummer had to have a operation, a stent put in on his heart.
Oh, man.
So the full band thing is kind of slowed down this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when y'all are ready, come on.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of it. That's why I asked, because I see it.
There is.
I'm going through it, and oh my gosh. So, we need you. Thank you for doing this.
Of course. I'm glad to be here. I love doing this. It's one of my favorite things. This is probably one of the highlights of my week.
Yeah.
Just being able to come down here and talk to somebody,
And I love this place, by the way.
It is great, right?
I was telling you earlier.
Yeah,
I recorded it used to be called Quiet Escapes, right upstairs, and I recorded an album with my nephew up there back like 15 years ago.
Does he still play?
He hasn't been, but
maybe this will convince him too.
Yeah, I see him play. He's got 3 kids now. And
he could do worse than play music for his kids.
His father was my brother-in-law, my wife's oldest brother, and he passed away 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
And he had cabins and everything. And we used to play festivals up there where his cabins were
cool.
in Oklahoma at Sardis Lake. And Zach,
I haven't been up there. Okay, cool.
Zach is taking over that. He's fixing it up. They have cabins up there.
That's cool.
Sardis Lake cabins.
Yes, please. Absolutely. I love Good Cabin.
Yeah, Sardis Lake Cabins. Y'all check it out. It's not Broken Bow, but it's not far from Broken Bow.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Idabel?
It's Clayton.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Up there, Clayton.
My husband had family up in Broken Bow, Idabel area, so we've been up there once or twice during our marriage.
Is this the Ann House Show?
Oh my gosh, yes, this is the Ann House Show. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Ann. I just wanted to say hello today.
Well, thank you very much. I'm
always tuning into your show, and I'm going through a bit of life troubles right now and just needed someone to talk to.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Well,
and I'm so lonely right now. What's something that I can do?
Well, I
was going to the open mics, and now I just don't have the confidence to get back out. And
you don't have the confidence to get back? Oh. Well, the nice thing about the open mics in this area, aside from the fact that we have quite a few of them, is that all of them are very, very welcoming communities in and of themselves, and then all together as a whole, right? So if you're looking for something kind of small and you want to work your way back into it, may I recommend Mel's Grill tonight or the Horse's Axe on Monday nights.
You just come by and
I'm always scared of being bullied because of the way I look and I don't fit in.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I mean, have you really looked at me? How
do you do it? How do you find the courage, Ann?
I had stage fright for a really, really, really long time, and I found out that the way to do it is to just do it. It's hard when you feel bullied, but chances are really good that nobody actually feels that way about you. It's really something that you feel about yourself. And if you can overcome that enough to show up, then you can overcome that enough to get on the stage. Does bullying happen? Yeah, it does. No matter where you are. The nice thing about this community is that it is so small that it happens very rarely. Very, very rarely. As a matter of fact, I can't really remember the last time. And all of the musicians here in this area, all of them work together to help support each other. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody missays a word somewhere and it hurts somebody's feelings, or they post something online that says, oh, woe is me, and somebody finds that to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, don't look at the posts.
The best.
Town, how do you find the courage just to go up there all these years?
How do you find it? Where do you find that courage to do this over and over and over again?
To me, is I have to be able to laugh at myself, because I know at some point, I'm gonna mess up something, and my hope is nobody else notices it. The courage comes from years of doing it, and failing so many times that there's no new way I can fail. So fail all you want to. If people laugh or snicker, I don't care. You shouldn't care either. And don't pay attention to any posts. But yeah, failing builds confidence. It does. Succeeding doesn't build any confidence. If people tell you you're great all the time, the first time you get in front of somebody that's really critical of you and tells you, no, you're not that great, then all that confidence is for nothing.
You find a new way not to fail.
Yeah.
That's really the way I look at it. You find a new way not to fail. Yeah. So
I'm just gonna try to find the courage, like you guys, to go out to maybe Mel's Grill, and I'll probably just sit in the back for a while. But maybe I'm too fat, or I don't belong up there. But I just know that it feels good when I'm there.
Well, as long as it feels good when you're there, that's what matters, right?
Yeah, I would hang out and see you like the people, meet some people, and networking is how you get everywhere in this business. And nobody got where they were just on their own and on confidence. You meet people. Hopefully, you meet the right people.
Yeah.
You'll bump into the wrong people.
It happens.
But you'll get nowhere without networking. And you might find some really good friends. That's the way I met really good musicians, really good friends, and we've been friends for years now.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Well, I appreciate you guys for the advice, and I look up to you guys so much. Don't ever give up on your dreams.
Thank you very much. I will not.
You bet. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, things like that are hard, right? I sometimes wonder, because I go to a lot of open mics and I hear, oh, great set, you did really great. And I wonder how, I want to say how accurate those people are, right? But it's more
being nice
of
is going to be nice, and kind of being courteous is being courteous.
Right?
But I've seen people that have been propped up.
Yeah.
They have their own crowd. They come out, and no matter what they do, they can be falling down, face down drunk. And they have a crowd that supports them. And I wonder how that's helping them at all. I think it's enabling. And I think there's some young artists that come along, and they're very encouraging. Mm-hmm. And be like, yes, oh God, and they are really talented.
Yeah.
And when they first face some criticism, how does that really, some true criticism.
Yeah.
By somebody who's like, you might be looking like, hey, can I record with you? Or can I do this? And you actually face some real criticism, whether it's harsh or not, can you
It could be a small piece, and those small pieces sometimes are enough to knock it down.
But it's honest, These people are professionals, and if you ask them their professional opinion, they're going to say, well, you need to work on this. And,
I would, honest to goodness, would rather
I've heard that, and it's like, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was doing pretty good on that part, but
Right. Yeah. No, that's accurate. You said that you had a new song coming out soon.
Well, I do have a new single coming out, and I had picked out a place to record it yet. I have a guy down in Plano I've done both my albums with. We did one Twisted Pistols album with him, Dustin Mason. And I found out my cousin, Dustin Hendricks.
Oh, is he your cousin?
He's my wife's cousin.
Oh, wow.
Small world. They're both Hendrickses.
Yeah.
She's a Walsh now. But she's a Hendrick, and they're both from Blue Ridge.
Okay.
And they were talking, and she's like, you know what?
Yeah.
This can't be just a coincidence. And she traced it.
Yeah.
She traced it all the way back to, if I get it wrong, sorry, babe, South Carolina. And they have a common.
So I do want to recommend the episode I did with the three bigger producers in recording studios in the area. Mm-hmm. Dustin Hendricks.
Yeah.
Chris Romaine. Mm-hmm. And Sean Fussell. So
I've already recorded here before.
Somewhere in those three, you will find somebody here who does exactly what you want, because each of them has their own specialty, their own way of doing things that works for some people versus others. Check them all out.
Nice.
The studio upstairs looks great.
I'm going to check it out.
You should.
I'm going to check it out.
So you're going to play me a song, though.
Okay. Now, this is not a 3-word song.
This does not follow the process. Oh my gosh.
No, this is not. This is actually a long time ago when I was with the Twisted Pistols.
Right.
And it took a long time to write this song because it was such a painful experience. Mm-hmm. We were in Midland, Texas.
Okay.
If y'all got a minute. I swear this is going somewhere good.
We got a minute.
We were in Midland, Texas, playing a gig. We're done there, coming back to Stephenville, Texas, to play another gig at the old Rockin' P.
Okay.
And on the way, we had an old crappy van,
As you do.
Toting the old trailer, and the crappy old van, which I'm going to blame Zach for, had a fuel leak.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. And the fuel leak was hitting the exhaust manifold. And that creates
turns into
fire.
smoke.
That gets a bunch of smoke, a very small fire, a bunch of smoke, and we're shut down.
Yeah.
And we are done.
Dead in the water.
Dead in the water. On our way to Stephenville, which is a better paying gig than the one in Midland was. But it's experience, right? Well, no, it was really a bad experience. No. We broke down west of Eastland, Texas, I'm out there. I was like, Eastland, Texas. You got to be kidding me. Kept going through my mind. We're west of Fort Worth, and you call this place Eastland? Out there west of Ranger Hill and all that. Anybody knows Eastland, Texas is a beautiful place. It really is. But
and yet there's a song about it. No
place to be broke down. We called the wives honey baby.
Darling.
Oh, baby.
Sugar bumper.
Yeah, we're out west of Eastland, broke down. And that's a true story. It took me a while to write it. Mm-hmm. All the guys appreciate it now. And we kind of they're like, that's pretty accurate. And it's the way I write songs is kind of weird too. This is a waltz. It's 3/4 time, but it's 7-bar blues.
Okay.
In 3/4 time. It's called the West Eastland Southbound Blues.
All right.
It's more than 3 words.
It is, but still.
You'll hear it. It all fits in. With a frog in my throat, I might have misspoke, but I was choking on gasoline fumes. Was a sin and a shame, but it was all in the name of paying dues. Like a bird on a wire, then caught on fire while I was dreaming of something I'd rather do. I'm stuck out here west of Eastland with the southbound blues. I had midlife regrets, sour mash breath, and all I could think of was you. A pistol under the seat and a bag of sticky weed in my boots. The fates had conspired. I thought I might retire somewhere with a much better view. Now I'm stuck out here west of Eastland with the southbound blues. Our prospects were grim, the future looked dim as the black smoke rolled across the plains. The storm filled the sky, and there was no place to hide from the rain. The state trooper slowed down, but he never turned around. We had nothing left to lose. I was stuck out here west of Eastland with southbound blues. With southbound blues. With the southbound blues. With the southbound blues.
Oh, I like that. I've heard it before. When you started playing, I was like, oh, I know this one. I like this one.
I didn't even turn that up. Did we get all the guitar part?
No. It's fine.
Okay.
It sounded good.
I didn't even turn up my guitar.
That's an interesting.
That's a
funny song.
That's a 7-bar blues in 3/4 time.
Oh my gosh, I liked it. It was really good.
Thank you.
I like all the music I hear.
It's a true story. And it was hard to put all that in there, but yes, it all fits in. It's like, but yes, exercise with 3 words, and then just yeah, you can use a 5-word title too.
Yeah, I've got some that are a little bit longer than 5 words, but I may have to rethink those. No, that's a really good exercise, though. I think that's something that anybody who writes songs could benefit from, that's just because it's an exercise.
Yeah, like 2 words is fine, 4 words is fine, but like try to keep to 3. Tell a story in 3 words, and just go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with that.
I am definitely going to have to incorporate that into my
That's one of the exercises
my process. So, my ending spiel has to be things like, we have on the website Ann House Music, there is merchandise for this show, Open Mic with Ann House. You can get t-shirts or tote bags or tumblers. You have a website too.
Yes.
townwalsh.com.
Townwalsh.com. TOWNWALSH.
Is that how they reach you best for booking or elsewhere?
That is the best way.
You have a merch page too.
I do, and I got to buy some more merch. We have the logo and everything. Go to townwalsh.com. We have streaming music, and I have my Facebook page, Town Walsh, and I do not have a Instagram page anymore because I don't like that platform.
Oh.
I had actually my page had been overtaken.
Oh, no.
Several times. I'm like, and they almost seem like complicit with it. They're
oh,
like,
my gosh,
we can't
that's
help
horrible.
You. So, yeah, Instagram I might come back and do an Instagram page.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm a little bit bitter, man.
Yeah. Well, hi. You brought my Penelope in here? Yes, dear. Anyways.
Thank you so much.
So if you're watching this on Facebook, send stars, because we can't keep this going without, well, let's face it, we got to have money to pay for the show. Mm-hmm. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, share.
Ring the bell,
do all the things. It's been picked up by Outlaw TV.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you're watching it there, there'll be a QR code, I promise.
No.
That goes to a Venmo account, so you can donate as you wish. Recently, I was contacted by a web magazine called Shout Out DFW. They're just going to do an article about the show, which I thought was really pretty cool. That was just kind of out of the blue. Somebody nominated me, or somebody happened to find my page and went with it, and I'm woohoo!
One of the best feelings in the world, somebody tells you, hey, I just saw you on whatever.
Yes.
Somebody told me this, and
I know.
You're like, oh,
it really is.
Thank you. I'm gonna go hug you.
I'm so glad. It's really, I love it. I think it's great
because they are watching.
Because they're watching, and it makes you feel
just
that much better. Yeah.
Thank y'all very much.
My husband is putting together a local internet radio station.
Nice.
Okay, so it's community-based radio. It's called KJAM. And if you have the desire to create a show, put it together, whatever you want to do, as long as the music is local, happy camper, record it, we'll put it on.
Nice.
If you want to donate, there will be stuff for that coming up soon. Just kind of watch Facebook for it.
Y'all let me know.
I will.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
If you have music that you'd like to donate for us to play, I have this really big drive.
Nice.
That's full of music.
Yes.
And we'd love to play it on there. This is not a for-profit type of thing, right? We want it to pay for itself, right? And it runs $60 or $75 a month just for the service, but there's no profit here. Like this show doesn't profit in any way.
Yeah.
I would like for it to be able to pay for itself, right? But aside from that, I'm not looking to replace my income, because I don't think that's ever going to happen. Right?
I got a lot of really cool feedback from Radio Free Texas back in the day.
Okay.
With those guys, they're awesome, and we do float trip and all that.
Right.
And they really
float trip. That sounds like fun.
It's awesome. It was down there in the hill country. It's real hot.
Yeah.
The water's moving real slow, and everybody's sweating and drinking. Yeah, the Guadalupe is just like, yes. This is the part that's not. This is the part that's not freezing cold.
Did you have a special inner tube just for the beer cooler?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. But no, Radio Free Texas, like Kara and them, they were great. And if y'all put something together like that, I am totally in.
All right. Cool. Yes, we'd love to.
Absolutely.
This is Penelope.
Howdy, Penelope.
If you look at the pages that come up at the end, you'll see there's a cartoon that a friend of mine drew.
She don't talk much.
She does not. A friend of mine drew, and Penelope is a part of that particular cartoon.
Very nice.
Yeah, she's a sweetie. She's our sweetie dog.
She's smaller than my cat.
She's smaller than our cats too.
Which our cats love.
Oh, I know. She one of our kitty cats likes to annoy the crud out of her, and so she barks at her, and that's about the only time she barks.
That's not true. She barks at complete
strangers.
Yeah, they will get bold.
All right. But yes, I came in here to remind my wife about K-Jam community, where it's going to be a community-based radio show.
That's awesome.
That means we're supported by the community. That means if you can't support us with a few dollars, support us with some music. If you can't support us with some music, come on the show. We'll record. We do most pre-recordings, so you can do something at your laptop and send it to us, and we'll be glad to put it on. But come quick because the schedule is filling up.
Nice.
We'll get you all the information. Just like I said, start watching for it. It's coming out hopefully by next month.
Yes.
Y'all let me know. I want in.
Absolutely. I will certainly send you all the info. I've got to go type it up.
I've got 2 albums.
Yes,
and I'm working on some new stuff.
We can't wait. That's great. I'm looking forward to that.
That's what the K-Jam's meant for, is for our local artists to have a place to play their music. Even if it's not country, we're not just country. No. We're rap, we're whatever the local artists produce. If you bang on a can and it's rather pleasing to hear, we welcome you.
Nice.
We do.
Nice.
We do.
Thank you, folks.
I have a predilection for country music, but that's because that's what I grew up with.
And some of my stuff, you use my album, some of my stuff gets pretty rocking.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love
that.
Yeah, it's not all pedal steel and violin. It's just
pedal steel.
I love pedal steel.
I do too.
I like it more than the violin, but I love the violin.
I did a test run. I wanted to find out what the process of making a song was, so I went and bought the license and did Angel from Montgomery, and it's out there where people can listen to it. But it really was just for me, so I would know what to expect. And the guy who did Tim Rogers did all the instrumentation on it, except for a few other pieces.
Like Tim.
He's really... Man, he's good. Oliver White came in and did backup vocals, played some guitar on it, but it was Sean Fussell, and he put in some lap steel, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good. His drummer did all the brushwork on the drums, and I'm like, oh.
I grew up loving just rock and roll. I listened to Steve Miller. Rolling Stone. I still love the Rolling Stones. Like a lot of our covers that we play in full band of Rolling Stones, but that pedal steel really drew me into the Eagles.
Right.
Even the Rolling Stones used to. And it was like, wow, Ronnie Wood would do the lap steel.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, what is that?
I know, right?
And it drew me in, and I'm sorry if I put down the violin. I do love the violin. But no, pedal steel.
There's something about the way a steel guitar sounds.
It's absolutely in a song. Mystical.
It just is.
And we don't have that when I play live with my full band, but it is all my albums.
Because those are so rare.
Yeah, and
steel guitar players are so rare. Lap steel or
and
pedal steel.
They don't play for cheap.
They do not.
Sorry, guys, y'all don't.
Well, it's true, and they're worth every
penny. And I want to pay you. I want to pay you.
They're worth every penny.
Yeah. Not for what I'm paying.
Oh, I know. It's just, oh my gosh. There's just something about a steel guitar.
But yeah, it's on my albums, on both of my albums. But yeah, live, live, we sound more like a rock band.
Right.
Same songs. The same kind of, it's Americana.
Yeah.
I'm not really country. I've written some country songs.
Right.
And you'll hear them if you listen. TownWalsh.com. I've got 2 albums. I've got, the first one was Shame the Devil. and that's 12 years old now.
Wow.
And my second one, these are my solo efforts, is Good As Gone, and that's almost 6 years old now. So it's time for another album, but
I think
the way we do it now is we do singles, because
Seems that way.
I put out 12-song albums, and it's like, my producers, my engineers like, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, I want to get all these songs out, because I have all these songs. And there's some songs that didn't make it on those. That's two albums, that's 24 songs. I still have 24 more. And it's like, just put out singles. Yeah. Hey, even Brett Dillon told me that. It's like, why don't you just give me a single?
Yeah.
And I see that's the way it's going now.
It is. Unfortunate, but true. And so that's one of the reasons I did what I did.
Saves me a lot of money.
Yeah. Like I said, it's one of the reasons I did what I did. That's so I could understand what the process was supposed to be like, so I knew what to expect later on.
That's the way I'm going. I'll do a single at a time.
Where are you playing next?
Next, I have July 3rd at the Island Bar up there at the
out there at
Marina.
Grandpappy Point?
You
said the island, right?
Yeah, the Island Bar. Yeah. It's Highport.
Highport. Okay, yeah. Lotus Highport. All right.
Yes. And that's July 3rd, Wednesday night.
Yes.
Right before
4th of July, right?
And that's me and my buddy from Durant, Oklahoma. I call it Durant, Texas, and it makes him mad. Durant, Oklahoma, Mark Shelton.
Oh, I know Mark.
Yes, everybody knows he's great.
Mark's a great guy. I like him.
He's my brother, and we don't play with each other enough. But yeah, me and Mark playing there at the Island Bar.
He's a good guy.
July 3rd and July 20th. My full band, God willing. Everybody's okay. We're playing down at the Eagles, Steak Night.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Steak Night, the Eagles. It is open to everybody.
All right.
And you can come in and get a membership if you want to.
Right.
But it's steak night, baby. It's good steak, and it's good music. And yes, when we play there, we play a lot more country.
That sounds like fun.
Country, but still no pedal steel.
Right. Yeah, darn it. So many odd instruments that I like. Steel guitar. I like dobros. I like listening. Of course, I like listening to a fiddle in a country band.
My mother played violin. My dad played viola.
Oh wow! Oh, that's cool.
They're three kids. I'm the youngest of three, and they got all three of us to play piano. That's my first instrument I ever played.
Right.
And I actually played trumpet in 5th grade. I played trumpet all the way through middle school.
Right.
I actually made 4th chair.
Oh wow!
In Dallas.
Nice.
All city. And I played some marching band, but the sports got in the way of all that.
Doesn't it always?
Sports and chicks, man.
Sports and chicks?
Baseball. I was into baseball.
Oh, you played baseball?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, we have come to the end of our evening together. It has been an absolute joy having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
I want to be back.
Yes, absolutely. I got another season planned already, and it is not full. So who knows how that will work.
Thank you, Ann.
You're welcome. And thank you again. I look forward to the next time that we get to sit and talk with each other.
You bet. I'll see you soon.
All right.
We live around the same town.
We do. We do.